त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव மௌனமாமுரையார் காட்டும் மா பிரம்மவத்துவாலன் சிவநிலை தவசற்றீடர் செரி குருவரன் சிற்கையன் உவகையோர் உருவன் தன்னுள் உவப்பவன் கழிமூகத்தன் அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே அவனையான் தென்பான் மூர்த்தி அப்பனை ஏத்துவோமே ஆன்மாவாமீசன் குகனுக்கருள் செய்த ஆன்ம சாட்சாத்காரமாகுமீது ஆன்மாவாய் என்னகத்தே இருந்தின்று தமிழ் சொல்வானம் முன்னவனாய முதல் we have to chant from 26 okay ஆன்மலாபத்தினும் அந்நியமாம் பேரு தான் மற்றொன்றெங்குமே தானில்லை ஆன்மாவை என்றும் உபாசித்திடுக இவ்வான்மாயாவனவன் ஒன்று பரமான்மாவாமோர் அல்ல பிராணன் அபானனுமே அன்றவ்வாறு அல்ல அவற்றின் மேலாங்கரணம் எல்லாம் உணர்வதுவாயுள்ள பரிபூரணமாமான்ம என நிதமும் எய்துவாயே அகத்தும் புறத்திலும் மேயில்லை அகுது மிகத் தூரத் தன்மையிலும் மேவாது அகலமாம் அந்த பரந்தாமமார்ந்தொளிரும் ஆங்கேனி சிந்தையை என்றும் செலுத்து குறுக்கொடுமேல் கீழிடுமே கூறுபடும் உள்ளும் புறத்திலும் எங்கும் எப்போதும் உறப்பெரும் சூனியமாய்த்தானே சொலிக்கும் ஆன்மாவையே மேனிதமும் பாவனை செய்மேல் சூனியமும் அல்ல அசூனியமும் அல்லதாம். சூனியமல்லதும் ஆஞ்சூனியமாம். சூனியம் அல்லதும் அல்லாதும் அல்ல. சூனியமல்லதுமாம் சூனியமாம். தானெங்கும் பக்கபாதம் சற்றும் பற்றாத ஆன்மாவை எக்காலும் சிந்தையற்று ஆன்மலாபத்தினும் அந்நியமாம் பேரு தான் மற்றொன்று எங்குமே தான் இல்லை. So this is the highest gain. Anmalabham is highest gain. There is no other gain higher than this anywhere. ஆகவே ஆன்மாவை என்றும் உபாசித்திடுக. Always you meditate on the Anma, the self. இவ்வான்மா யாவன் அவன் ஒன்று பரமான்மாவாம் ஓர். What is this Atma? Who is this Atma? He is actually the Paramanma, who is the self of all. Self in me is the self of all. So therefore, this is the thing. This is the highest gain. This is the one which liberates. Therefore, we meditate on this Atma, the self. This Atma, the self, is the self of all. This is a very important thing. This Atma is nothing but Parabrahma, Paramatma only. And then yesterday we saw Parameshwara telling Guha, Suniyamaithane solikkum aanmavaye menidamum bhavani sei. So this Anma is shining as Sunyam. So that you meditate upon, he said. And then in the very next verse, he started talking in a very strange language. Sunyamum alla, Asunyamum alla, Sunyamalladumam Sunyamam. Sunyamalladumam Sunyamam. So, first he said, this is Sunyam, so meditate on this Sunyam. And then, for the ordinary seekers, when this is given out, they would think completely the truth is Sunyam only. That is nothing. So, it is as if negating the pure awareness also, the self also. So, here it is said, no, don't misunderstand. Sunyamum alla. Why it is said Sunyamum alla? Because the self is Paripurna Paramatma shining as awareness, as I. So, therefore, don't mistake it to be total Shunyam. When I say Shunyam, don't misunderstand to be total Shunyam. Because the awareness is shining always as I. Then the another problem is when I say awareness is shining as I, this Mahatma, meaning this student, he will think the self also to be some sort of a object or an idea or a concept. So once again he will hold on to that idea or concept. So this is the trouble. So he has to again say Asunyamumalla. Asunyamalla means what? When I say it is Asunyamalla, don't think it is something else. Asunyamalla. Two negation is here. Asunyam means what? Shunyam. Asunyam. Alla. Asunyamum alla. You understand what I am saying? Yes. Ashunyamum alla. Sunyamum alla. Ashunyamum alla. Then what it is? Sunyamalladumam sunyamam. Sunyamalladumam sunyamam. So here, Sunyamalladumam sunyamam means what? It is objectless awareness. Sunyamalladumam means awareness is pointed out here. Sunyama means objectlessness is pointed out here. Sunyamalladumam sunyamam. Objectless awareness. So first of all, to give up all the drishya padartha, whatever seen, felt, whatever thought about, to give everything up, it is said it is shunyam. And then to indicate that It is awareness, pure awareness. The very self is pure awareness, shining as I, Sunyam Allah. Then this fellow may hold on to this also as concept. You understand? So, Asunyamam Allah. Sunyam, Allah Sunyam. Sunyam, Allah Sunyam means what? It is at the same time, it is experienced as Sunyam also. And Sunyam Allah, the awareness also. So, objectless awareness. This is how it has to be understood. Okay. So, if I try to explain more, you will be confused more. So, I will leave it here. Thaningum pakkapadam chatrum patrada anmavi. So, this Anma has got no pakkapadam. It doesn't lean on any side, meaning it has no favoritism or no pakkapadam. Anmava ekkalum sindaiyatru. Always you meditate on this Atma, the self. Okay, now moving on to the 31st verse. Amayamodadaram atradai varnamodu. Nama Roopangalum Nannidadu. Aman Niranjana Nirguna Anmavainiyum Nirandaramaha Ninai Amayamodadaram Atradai Varnamodu Nama Roopangalum Nannidadu. Nannidadam padikunu actually. Okay, but ipriye padipom. Aman Niranjana Nirguna Anmavainiyum Nirandara Maha Ninai Amayamodu Adaram Atradai. While pointing out to the self, it is said, Amayam Atradai, Adaram Atradai. Amayam means some sort of disease, Rogam. Amayam means Rogam, some disease. Amayam Atradai. In Atma, the self, absolutely there is nothing wrong, no disease at all. What is the meaning of that? The real disease is to identify with the body. Dehatma bhavam is the real disease. Why? From that disease comes all the other diseases. So here Kanakamal writes, real disease, real rogam is this bhavarogam. Bhavarogam means what? To become something. Identify with the body, mind, and we become something. And then once again, we die and then we become something else. This bhavarogam is the real rogam. And this bhavarogam, why this bhavarogam? Because identification with the body, mind. So in the self, there is no identification whatsoever. So therefore, it is beyond all illness, all rogam, diseases. It is very healthy. Meaning what? Atma is beyond all these. Adharam Atradai. Atma, the self, is the Adharam for everything. It is support of everything. And Atma has got no support whatsoever. It needs no support. It stands by its own. Because it is the truth Puranam. So it needs no support whatsoever. So we are the self. So we need no support whatsoever. And we are the support of everything. So whenever the mind creates such an idea that I need some support, you should tell the mind, no. As Atma, the self, I have no support and I need no support. In fact, I am the support of all. So Amayamodu Adharam Atradai. Varnamodu Namarubangalum Nannidadu. See, Varnam means generally it means color. But here the color is not the right understanding. Actually, the different Varna means these different categories like Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. This is called as Varnam in our traditional Vedanta Shastra. Why? You know the meaning, you know why? Varnam, color. Because of 3 gunas, these classifications are done. So sattva, rajas, tamas. Generally sattva is indicated by white, pure white. And rajas is indicated by red. And tamas is indicated by black. You understand? So varna means color. So the color combination. Some people have got predominantly sattva and little bit of rajas. They are brahmanas. So white and then little bit of red means they are brahmanas, thinkers, the philosophers, the conceivers of ideas. And kshatriya means he is predominantly rajasic, and some sattva also should be there with him. Then only he can lead the society to the profitable gains, to the purposeful goals. So he is predominantly red, and there is some white and also some black. Tamas also is there in him. Vaishya means it is predominantly red, for him also red, but backed by black, not white, because it is for selfish gain. Mostly Kshatriya means, Vaishya means, yeah, to make money you need lot of rajas, otherwise how can you make money? But only for himself, so much of black. So for him red and black. Red and black means what? Vaishya. Money, 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 money. And tamas. Tamas means what? Only for me, only for me. And little bit he may just give it out for his own punya. That is Vaishya. Shudra means only black and little bit of red. And white, very, very minuscule. So these are the different combination of gunas in each person. They are classified as Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. Not because of birth. Actually, that is what Krishna says. At least Krishna says that way. So this is Varnam, different Varnam, color. So Varnamodu Nama Rubangalum Nannidadu. No color in me. I am not colored. So you cannot color me red or color me black or red and black or white, red and black. I am beyond all colors. You understand? So Varnamodu Nama Rubangalum Nannidadu. Nama Rubam means the names and forms. In me there are no names and forms. I am beyond names and forms. So I am beyond names and forms and beyond all gunas. Varna means you can even interpret as gunas. Because basically it is because of gunas only you classify as different varnas. So I am beyond all gunas. Nannidadam, it should be read as, you know what? Nama Rubangalum Nannidadam. அப்படின்னு படிச்சுட்டு அந்நிரஞ்சன நிர்குண ஆன்மாவை an should be taken from there, from the second line. Last word is அந்த நிரஞ்சன நிர்குண ஆன்மாவை. Niranjana means what? Immaculately pure. Niranjanam, nirguna, beyond gunas. ஆன்மாவை நீயும் நிரந்தரமாக நினை. Always you contemplate, meditate on this Anma, the self, which is very pure because it has no attachment whatsoever and it has no rajas and tamas whatsoever, and there is nothing other than it. Therefore it is niranjanam and nirgunam, beyond all 3 gunas. Anda anmavai, that self, niyum nirandaramaga ninai. Nirandaram means what? Without any break. Nirandaram, unbroken. Nirandaramaga ninai. So here a special word is introduced. Amayamodu adharam atradai. So it has got no bhavarogam in it. No sort of diseases in it, rogam in it. Similarly, it has got no support. And other words are all already interpreted. Nama Rumangalam Nannidadu, Niranjanam, Nirgunam, Anmavai, Niyum Nirandaramaga Ninai. Okay. ஆசிரயம் ஆலம்பம் அற்றதாய் மானத்தார் கோஷரமாகாதுவமை கூரரிதாய் மாசிலியல் மன்னியதாய் நித்தியமாய் மன்னிய ஆன்மாவை உன்னிடுக நாளும் உவந்து ஆசிரயம் ஆலம்பம் அற்றதாய் மானத்தார் கோசரமாகாது அமை கூறியதாய் மாசிலியல் மன்னியதாய் நித்தியமாய் மன்னிய ஆன்மாவை உன்னிடுக நாளும் உவந்து ஆசிரயம் ஆலம்பமற்றதாய். Once again, ஆசிரயம் means it doesn't take refuge in anything. Meaning, it is a refuge of all. It doesn't take refuge in anything. ஆசிரயம் அற்றதாய், ஆலம்பம் அற்றதாய். ஆலம்பம் means support. ஆலம்பம் means support. It needs no support. See, once again the same idea only. ஆதாரம் அற்றதாய், ஆலம்பம் அற்றதாய். It is a support of everything. It doesn't take any support. And it is a refuge of all. It doesn't need any other refuge. ஆசிரயம் ஆலம்பம் அற்றதாய். பற்றுக்கோடு. ஆலம்பம் means பற்றுக்கோடு. Always we need somebody or something to hang on or lean on. As a human beings, we always need somebody or something to hang on or to lean on. We feel that way, no? But here the self doesn't feel that way. It needs no support. ஆலம்பமற்றதாய். மானத்தார் கோசரமாகாது. See, மானத்தார் means through any means, through any pramana. Pramana means some authority of Vedas or whatever. Gosaram ahadu. It cannot be revealed or it cannot be understood. Gocharam ahadu means you cannot grasp, you cannot hold on, you cannot understand, comprehend. Gocharam ahadu, you cannot comprehend. So meaning what? Through words, through senses or mind, or even we can say through the Veda Vakyas, Pramanam. No? See, they may point, but not because of that it will be known or it will be revealed. Then how it will be revealed? Only when you dive deep within and abide there, it is revealed. So, Gocharam Aghad, Manattar, Manattar. Mana means some measurement. Actually, Mani. So, through finite means, whatever the finite means, it cannot be grasped. Everything is finite means only. With the help of the eyes, when you see, it is finite instrument only. With the mind, if you can understand, it's a finite instrument only. So the finite means, whatever you employ, by that it cannot be grasped. It cannot be comprehended, understood. So that is Manattar Kosaramahad. Uvamai Kurar Aridai. You cannot compare it with anything. Uvamai means to comparison. Uvamai Kurar Aridai. Because it is unique. In that there is nothing else. So such is the Atma that you cannot compare it with anything. Because whatever you compare through some idea in your mind. This cannot be caught in your mind as an idea at all, to be compared to anything. This is beyond. So, Uvamai Kurar Aridai. Masil Iyal. It has to be split like that. Masil Iyal. Masil Iyal. What is its Iyalb? What is its nature? Masil. Mas means what? Some sort of kutram, some sort of mas maru, they say, no? Some impurity. Mas il iyal. It has no impurity whatsoever. Masil iyal manniyadai. It is of that nature. Nityamai, ever present, never destroyed. Manniya Anmavai. Unniduga naalum uvandu. So this Atma, which is ever present, Manniya Anmavai Unniduga. Contemplate on it, meditate on it, naalum, every day. Uvandu, this is very important. wholeheartedly, uvandu. Chumma dandathukku, okay, today 1 hour I have to sit. Because my guru is terrible. He is pushing me so much. Every day 1 hour you have to sit in the morning. See, those days when we were studying, always the fathers, they were very strict. Nowadays I don't know how they are. But our times fathers were strict. So morning you have to get up, 4:35. You have to study. So you will get up. Because you can't help. That Hitler is with a stick always. So you have to get up. And then you don't want to study. If you don't want to study, you will never study. Is that not so? Nobody can make you study. You can keep the book and sleep like this. Or you can keep something inside and read also. Swami, நீங்களும் இதெல்லாம் செஞ்சிருக்கீங்களா? No, I have not done it. I am a very nice person. But you know what? If we don't keep our mind in it, we will not do it. Whosoever compels us. So uvandu means what? You have to do it on your own. Understanding that this is the highest truth and this is the lakshya. And you get up and you get up. This is highest lakshya. Uvandu, manam uvandu, with great love and devotion, with wholeheartedly you have to do this. Not to please anybody. You understand? So this Atma, the self, which is without any impurity, and which cannot be caught in the web of thoughts or by any means, and which has got no support of its own, which doesn't need any support. So this Atma, which is Swatantran, see, this is the word, beautiful word, Swatantran. It is not Paratantran. Paratantran means it is always dependent on something. Swatantran means it is dependent only on itself. It needs no support, no crutches. Such is the Atma, the self, our true self. So that Atma, you meditate every day without any break, manamuvandu, wholeheartedly. In order to realize it or to abide in it, you meditate on the Atma. வினைகளெல்லாமுமே விட்டு நிராசை தனையுற்று சங்கம் தனந்து பின என்றும் தன்னிலே தன்னாலே தன்னிலமற் தன்னையே உன்னிட வேண்டும் உணர் வினைகளெல்லாமுமே விட்டு நிராசை தனையுற்று சங்கம் தனந்து பிணை என்றும் தன்னிலே தன்னாலே தன்னிலமர் தன்னையே உன்னிட வேண்டும் உணர். See, it's very, very powerful, these words. There is no mincing of words. There is no diluting the essence. மூஞ்சிலே ஒரு குத்துமார் குத்துறார். What is saying? வினைகள் எல்லாருமே விட்டு, give up all karmas. Karmam. Give up all karmas whatsoever. கர்மங்கள் எல்லாமே விட்டு, நிராசை தன்னை உற்று. You have to become totally desireless. நிராசை தன்னை உற்று. Meaning, whatever may be the desire, all should be given up. Chumma, you cannot attain this Atma. Nirasai utru. One has to give up all desires whatsoever. Asayiramin, Isanodayinum Asayiramin. Even the desire to see him, to be with him, all those things you have to give it up. If you want to see him and be with him always, you will go to his loka. That is also not Paramapadam, actually speaking. Paramapadam is here in the self. That is what our Mahatmas are saying. But the Dvaitic religion will not accept this. They will say, no, Paramapadam means going there to the loka. Amipya. Sarupya, Sayujya. That is what they talk about. You understand? They won't talk about Jivan Mukta. So therefore, Nirasai Thanai Utru, Sangam Tanandu. Sangam means what? Association. Coming, together with people. Tanandu. Giving up all associations. Sangam Tanandu. Meaning, as long as you are with everybody, you will be doing the mundane thing like everybody. You have to get lost. Go away. Meaning what? The idea is what? Sangam Tanandu means, at least for some time, when you are intensely doing your sadhana, you should not go on doing mundane things. You should not be, entertaining desires and, being with people and, counseling them, talking to them, networking. All those things are all nonsense. See, after taking up the robes also, when we do the same thing, what is the use? I want to build up this organization. So I want people. I want to keep in touch with everybody. So I collect everybody's WhatsApp number. I will be in the Facebook also, in the Twitter also. I will be continuously interacting with people, sending messages, receiving messages, answering questions, clarifying doubts, and networking. These things won't work. And continuously amidst people. So if you're serious about this business, get lost. Don't go to any ashram also. There also there is bondage. Nowhere, nobody will give you free food. Wherever you go, you have to be bound. You have to work. You have to do something or other. You get lost really. Beg and eat. Then you are answerable to none. This is true sannyasa. Beg and eat. Live anywhere, under the tree or wherever. Don't seek comforts. Don't seek pleasures. He is a Tyagi. Sangam Tanandu is a very powerful word. Sangam Tanandu. Give up Jana Samuham. But where will you run, Swamiji? At least don't interact too much with people. Keep to yourself. Don't too much interact or network. Enough of, socializing, all those stuff. Sangam Tanandu. Pinai. Pinai means pinner. Then, Pinai means pinnai, pinner. Then, what you should do? Endrum Tanile, Tannale, Tannilamar Tannaye, Unnida Vendumunar. Tannile, in oneself. Ella vetrum urbiyum pottaringa. Tannile, in oneself. Tannale, by oneself. Tannil Amar, sitting in oneself. Tannaye, only oneself. Unnida Vendum, you have to think, you have to contemplate. Vendum unar. So, Tannile, within oneself only. Not somewhere outside. Tannile. Tannale, nobody will come and help you. Guru can only point to the goal. Yes, he can bless you, but you have to do the work. What is the work? Withdrawing from the world outside, turning within, and giving the attention to the self. Nobody can do for you. You have to do. If you want the moksha, realization, you have to do it. So, Tannale da seyanum. Suppose if the teacher gives you a homework, you can ask your friend, Ade Satyam, can you please do this for me? Pavan, he will do it for you also. When I asked you to write an assignment, Satyam, you write everything, I will copy from you. That you can give it to others. But, hey Satyam, enakku konjam dhyanam pannitu vada. Can you please? Then he will attain to moksha. I know. So, Tannile, Tannale. So, one has to sit, one has to withdraw, and one has to give the attention or keep the attention in the self. Nobody else can do it for us. That is why it is Tannale. Tannil amarndu. Tannil amarndu means seated in oneself. Tannaye, always thinking of oneself. Swamiji, is it not total selfishness? Always thinking about oneself. When you think about the body mind, the ego self, then it is selfishness only. Total selfishness. That is what we do always. We think only about ourselves. Ourself means maybe our own kith and kin. Why? Because they give us happiness. So, once again, Tannaye only. But here, Tannaye means not this body mind, that truth which encompasses everything. Sarvatmya bhavam, which is self of all. That is what we are thinking of. This is not selfishness. This is totally selflessness actually. Because we are trying to destroy the ego. So totally it is selfless act. See, some people may come and tell you this is all selfishness. No. Actually, this is the true selflessness. Only when you abide in the self, you can be truly selfless. You can have true love. You can truly serve the world. Otherwise not. You can only serve the ego. Therefore, don't get deluded. You know, when somebody tells you, always you are thinking about the self, you have become totally selfish. No, you have not become selfish. When you totally think about your own good, like the ahankaras, comfort, ahankaras, desires, fears, then you are selfish. Now you are trying to give it up and abide in the self which is self of all. See, this is not selfishness. This is total selflessness. So, tannilamandu thy own business. Vanda velai kavani. So, just sit and abide in yourself. The world, the Lord will take care. He knows his business. Anyway, you cannot take care of the world because as an individual self, you are very alpam. How can you take care of the world? It has its own prarabdha. Like individuals, the world also has its own prarabdha. It has to go through it. Nobody can change, nobody can help. Otherwise, all these great masters would have intervened. No? They are not intervening. Why? Because they know that is how it is. Because here jivas have come to exhaust their vasanas, their karma phalas. So they have to go through everything. Nobody can stop it. So therefore, the Lord will take care of the world. The Lord will take care of you also, as an individual. With this faith, with this surrender, you dive deep within. This is the only dharma. What is dharma for a seeker? To give attention to the self. This is only dharma. Not doing this, whatever he does, is adharma only. Even if he builds an ashram or temple, it's all adharma only. Why? For the seeker, giving attention to the self is dharma. Away, tannaye unnida means think or meditate. Unnida vendum unar. Please understand. Aga vinaigal ellame vittu, without any exception, give up all activities. See, when you come to Gurudev Swami Chinmayananda, he will say, no, it is not like that. Only egoless action, only egoistic action you have to give up. That is how he interprets. Egoless action is okay. And doing without the doership is fine. See, that is right only. That is right, I agree with him, I agree. But you know what? Whatever may be the excuse, if you go on roaming in the world outside, you are wasting all your energies and you become tired and you will not be fit for sitting for long hours. You are not fresh. Whatever said and done, at least some time in your life, you have to totally withdraw. This is my understanding or my opinion. When you are but it is very hard. That is why Gurudev says it is hard for so many people. Without maturity, if you withdraw totally, you will go berserk. You will go mad. But if you are really matured, all this work, all these activities are only distraction. Gita says clearly. Bhagavan Shri Krishna says clearly. Yogarudasya, one who has mastered yoga, shamak karanam uchyate. Shama means total withdrawal. That is the sadhana, that is the upadesha. That is the sadhana prescribed. As long as you have not mastered yoga, you are trying, then karma karanam uchyate. Then karma will help. But once when you have mastered, means when you are deep, then all these activities will be only a disturbance, will be a obstacle only. So here he says, வினைகள் எல்லாமுமே விட்டு நிராசை இதனை உற்று. Nirasai இதனை உற்று means what? Totally becoming desireless. Sangam tanandu. Sangam tanandu. Give up all association with a jana samuham. No need. Sangam tanandu. A person who wants to renounce will never go and ask anybody, Swamiji, is it okay if I renounce or should I marry? If a person asks that, our Acharya has instructed us, if somebody comes and asks you, you should say you should get married. Because a person who wants to truly renounce, full of vairagya, will not go and ask anybody, should I do this or do that? If he has got this dilemma, he should do this only. This fellow will not listen to anybody. This fellow will not go and ask anybody. He will just go and plunge. That is vairagya. He will not even go to his guru and ask, should I renounce? He will get lost. That is all. If somebody comes and asks you, shall I do this? Don't do this. You are not fit. You are coming and asking me, you are not fit. You should never come, you should get lost. So, Sangam ellam tanand. Then what will I do for food? Appa, this is a big problem in everybody's head. Orchan Vaid. What will happen to me? Where will I get food? If you come to Tiruvannamalai, food security is there. You will get food somehow. In fact, you get food everywhere. And you become tamasic. When you eat so much of food, what will happen? See, I really pity these people who are on the Girivala Padai, so-called sannyasis or whatever, sadhus. They are served so much of food actually. And they don't know what to do. They just while away the time, they sit there. Okay, they are sitting at the feet of Lord, that is fine. But you know, if you go on fed, if you are fed continuously, morning, breakfast, afternoon, lunch, evening, some sort of small little brunch, whatever they call, and then night also. And if you don't do anything, what will happen? Soon you will develop some sort of, diseases. Rogam. And you become mandam. When you go on eating food, you will become mandam, daridram. I tell you, if you go on eating food, it is daridram only. See, I have seen in very many Mahatmas' lives, their biography or whatever, they were not interested in food at all. Swami Tapon Maharaj, you take some. He was least bothered about food. Bhagavan Ramana Maharaj, like great souls, Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. By birth, they were least bothered about food. That is the lakshana of a true seeker. If one is a sapatu Raman, he can never become a seeker. The next food where will come? What should I eat? Adliye oru mani neram poidum. Appo then to always comment about the food. Innik food sari illa, ippadi illa, appadi illa. You know what? If you sit for meditation, 12 o'clock, 12:15, ayyo saapad neram vandiche. Then how will you go into samadhi and all? The kitchen will be closed by 12:30. If I don't go now, I will starve and I will die. When you are always thinking about food, you cannot think about Paramatma. Somehow food will come. That is why you should be ready to starve. You should be ready to go through all this. Then only. Breakfast table ku vandaganu. Idli, chutney, sambar. Moonu venum. Only chutney I don't like. Only sambar. Chutney, sambar, mulapudi, ennai. If possible, little sweet. Kaishari, something. This is a kalyana vida. Then afternoon I want sambar, rasam, tayir, pachadi and some appalam. Divyama saaputta. Appuram ennathu nalla thoongalam. And evening I want some snacks. Nothing much, bonda, bhaji, little bit of it. And a filter coffee. And at night some chapati, something, not much. So if you want all this, then what? You have to work for it. You have to earn. Then you have to marry somebody. Then gone. Sorry. Then you have to have a household. You have the kitchen utensils. Then you have to worry about the gas and the regulators. Then what you can do? What sadhana you can do? You cannot do any sadhana. அப்புறம் 10 பாத்திரம் தேய்ச்சு, அப்புறம் துணிமணியை தோச்சு, வீடு புழுக்கி முழுகி நல்ல ஒரு கிரகஸ்தனா இருக்கலாம். Meaning what? You cannot seek the self. People complain sometimes, Swamiji, you have to clean your room every day. You have to mop. Okay, I will clean, I will mop, and I will cook, and I will wash the utensils, do everything. And then you don't have time for anything else. Anyway, we don't do anything else. Adu vera vishayam. But as a seeker, if you want everything, if you don't want to compromise on anything, then you cannot seek self, because it needs so much of attention, single pointed attention. I tell you. See, even these kind of camps, these kind of, let us say, course or whatever, we sacrifice so much. First bali is what? Our time with ourselves. Why? We have to study, we have to talk, we have to take care of the kitchen. Kitchen means what? What is happening there? What is happening here? And people are very different who come to the course also. They are all very different. They have their own ideas about everything. So some people are very peculiar. Some people are very, indifferent. All sorts of people also come now. So everything has to be taken in or stride. So whatever worldly activity you do, whether it is good or bad, your attention is not given to the self totally. See, that is why a seeker should not indulge in anything. He says, karmangal ellam vittu, vinegal ellamume vittu, nirasai thani utru, sangam thanandu. Bhagavan himself is writing this. Sangam thanandu. பிணை என்றும் தன்னிலே தன்னாலே தன்னிலமர் தன்னையே உன்னிட வேண்டும். எவ்வளோ தன் சொல்லுவார் பாருங்க. தன்னிலே தன்னாலே தன்னிலமர் தன்னையே உன்னிட வேண்டும் உணர். So beautiful a verse. This 33rd verse is very beautiful in this Atma Sakshatkara Prakaranam. 33rd verse is so beautiful. And no compromise and no sort of mincing words, not diluting it for any reason. This is it. If you want the self, you have to be totally like this. Moving on. What is that? See, that is what happens, this tune, because so many tunes, it's all same only, konja little bit here and there. தேயமொடு சாதி திகழ் வர்ணமாசிரமா ஆய இவற்றை அனுசரித்து ஏய பல சிந்தனைகளெல்லாம் சிதைத்தறிஞன் சிந்தனையே செய்க தினம் தேயமொடு சாதி திகழ் வர்ணமாசிரமா ஆய இவற்றை அனுசரித்து மேய பல சிந்தனைகளெல்லாம் சிதைத்தறிஞன் தன்னுருவின் சிந்தனையே செய்க தினம். தேயமுடு சாதி திகழ் வர்ணம் ஆசிரம ஆய இவற்றை அனுசரித்து மேய பல சிந்தனைகள் எல்லாம் சிதைத்து. That is how you have to read. This is one thought. Till here, சிதைத்து, till here one thought. What is that? Deyam. Deyam means desam. Desam has become Deyam. The nation first. Desham. Sadi, my community, my caste people, my community. Tigal Varnashramam. Varnashramam means what? Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya. That is Varna. Ashramam means Brahmachari, Grihastha, Vanaprastha. Aya Ivatrai Anusarit. So living accordingly to all these. Like I am an Indian first, Bharatiyan, and whatever is my caste and whatever is my stages of life. So accordingly, according to those dharmas, having lived, அவற்றை அனுசரித்து மேய பல சிந்தனைகள் எல்லாம். So when you follow all this, when you live accordingly, then there will be so many thoughts only. So much of thoughts to follow these dharmas or to follow all these things. So here he says, இந்த மேய பல சிந்தனைகள் எல்லாம் சிதைத்து. Meaning what? Giving up all these thoughts about, my nation, my jadi, my varnashrama, my community. So all these thoughts, you give it up totally. May a person, when you think about all these things, when you identify with all these things, then you cannot be quiet. You have to think. You have to work in the world outside. Suppose, let us say, I think, why my country is like this? Why this is like this? I have to do something about it. Finished. Your whole life is gone. Why? Because you want to do things right. You have to set right everything. So you do your best, no doubt about it. But you will not have any time for anything else. Since this body is born in India, I am called Indian. If it is born in Sudan, see, all these things have got no meaning. See, we ourselves, we say this is the boundary, this is India, and that is Sri Lanka, that is Pakistan, that is America. Okay, see, in one context it is okay. In one context, for the seeker of the truth, who is only wanting truth and nothing but truth, for him, even this division of my nation, my community people, I belong to Konar community, Chettiar community, Nadar community. Then I have to work for the welfare of my community people. Gone your life. I am a Grihastha now. I should take care of everybody. Like that, if you think, gone your life. See, you have to do it. See, sorry, don't misunderstand. But what I am saying, as a seeker, if you are burning with a desire to know the self, then you have no time for all this nonsense. And you are not supposed to, because this is the first dharma. When you are a seeker, this is the first dharma. So all these thoughts, whatever thoughts, associated thoughts, because we identify with all these things, all is sidaithu. See, what the word he is using, see? Sindanegal ellam sidaithu. Destroying all these thoughts. Arinyan means this wise one. Tannuruvin sindanaye seiha dinam. Dinam means ever. Tannuruvin sindanaye. He has to concentrate only on his own self. What is the real nature of this Atma, the self? Tannuru. What is the form? What is the content? What is this Atma? Tannuruvin sindanaye seiha dinam. He has to think only about himself, his true self. See, in the evolutionary ladder, you become very selfish and you are only concerned about your welfare or your pleasure, your happiness. You understand? Like mrigangal, like animals, they don't think too much about anything else. They want to eat, they want to indulge in pleasure, they want to procreate. That's all they know. We also as human beings, we become Rakshasas when we live like this. Only my sandosham, my pleasure, my comfort, I don't care for anybody else. Even my wife or children also I don't care. See, this is how the Western world live actually. Only me, 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 me. And to some extent you include my wife and children. Then you expand a little, that is good actually. Family, bond and all those stuff. And then you include your parents, your grandparents, your uncles and aunts, welfare of everybody, pavangal, then where will they go? This you are expanding. If you think only my wife and children, not even my parents, adu periya paavamakum, then your children also will definitely think that way only. They are seeing you, they are watching you. Definitely you have to include at least your parents. And maybe some uncles and aunts who are not married or who don't have anybody. You have to care for them also. Who else will care? And if possible, you have to care for the people around, your friends and people around, the circle around. So you are expanding actually. Then my community is fine. At least you are thinking about the community instead of thinking about only your family. That is fine. And then if you think about your nadu, your state, and then your nation, you are expanding actually. It is good only. Instead of becoming very selfish, at least this fellow is working for the welfare of the whole, welfare of the nation. That is very good, laudable. Unnadamanadu. Suppose if I take up some environmental issues, if I really sincerely when I am devoted to it, yes, because now you have expanded not only your nation, the welfare of the world, but mostly these activists, they have their own agenda, that is all different issue. But if you are sincerely devoted to the environment, whatever, yes, you have expanded a lot, really. For the peace of the world, yes, you have expanded. But when you are seeking yourself, you cannot afford to get distracted by any means. In that sense, when you are seeking your true self, when you really want to abide there, that is the truth. Everything else is false from the highest standpoint. When you have taken that kind of a stand, then even to think about the community or the nation, everything is a distraction and will not help you, it will not serve you. Serve your Atmanishta. Then, this is a stand we have to take. What is the stand? The Lord is there, the higher power, the Lord. He is taking care of everything. He knows his business, he will take care. And my business now is to take care of myself. Myself means to give attention to the self. Not myself, this individual self. To give attention to the true self. If not, we will be lost, ever lost. We will be trapped by one thing or other. I have seen people, they get trapped by their own language. Tamil, Tamil. What Tamil? What Hindi? What Sanskrit? What Tamil? I am asking. Illa, you don't know. Our Tamil is wonderful. And then Tiruvalluvar, Kamban. Okay, they are all great people, no doubt about it. When you are going to lose yourself in one language, you have lost forever. This Janma is gone. And my, community. Okay, community is fine. I have to work only for my community. Other community, let them go to dogs. And my nation. I am going to change everything. The system is not good. ஒருத்தர் சொல்லி எங்கேயோ போயிட்டார், சிஸ்டம்லாம் சரி பண்ண போறேன்னு சொன்னார். அவரே சிஸ்டம் சரியெல்லாம் போயிட்டார். Okay. For that also you need guts. For that you need some spine. முதுகெலும்பு இல்லாமலாம் சும்மா வசனம் பேசின போதுமா? So if you are thinking, my nation, that is fine. But if you are a seeker, your Janma is gone. And nothing can be done much. Only if the Lord wants, something happens. Not by your individual efforts or anything. Yeah, if you have no other business, you can do this. But if you have a great business of Atmanishta, because this is the truth, Everything else is false. See the ghost, I want to decorate the ghost now. This ghost is looking little horrible. I want to put little makeup to the ghost. So take some powder. I know only powder. I don't know what all those things. And some lipstick you put for the ghost. And why the ghost is and the ghost is pin விட்டா தேவலையே கொஞ்சம் நல்ல கல்ச்சர்டு கோஸ்டா இருக்கட்டுமே. When you start decorating the ghost, is there any meaning? Where is the ghost? Where is the ghost? In our own minds. So this is how we do. We decorate the ghost and we are very proud of it. Please understand there is no ghost. Do you get my point? When I say ghost is a mind's creation. No? When you see the ghost in the post, I am not saying there is no ghost in the world. I am not saying that. Please don't misunderstand. In the Vyavaharik world, there is ghost. Apadiya Swamiji? Yes. I am seeing 20 ghosts in front of me. And I am also a ghost. Only ghost can see the ghost now. So therefore, this seeing ghost in the post, I am talking about seeing the ghost in the post. That is mind's delusion. Na? So if you want to decorate that ghost, how foolish you are. You have to feel or you have to remove the idea of ghost. So my nation and my people, all these things can wait. We have no time for all those things. This is the real thing actually. When you get distracted by anything, you are gone. You are lost. You know, see the people, some sort of idea goes into their head. Go samrakshanam. இப்போ மாடுகளெல்லாம் நான் பார்த்துக்க போகிறேன். இவரோட வாழ்க்கையோட லட்சியம் என்ன ஆச்சு? இப்போ மாடுகளை பார்த்துக்க போகிறேன். அவ்வளோதான். இவர் அடுத்த ஜென்மத்தில் மாடாயிடுவார். வை? இப்போ பார் மாடையே கட்டி எழுத மாடை தானே பிறப்பாடுது ஜென்மத்தில். See what I mean to say, okay, go samrakshana, somebody do. But as a seeker, why should you do that? No, it is very auspicious. Everything is auspicious. So Veda samrakshanam, go samrakshanam, this samrakshanam, that samrakshanam. Everything you do, annadhanam, all those things. But where will you have time for yourself? You will not have time for yourself. But Swamiji, while doing all those things, your mind will become purified and you will realize. Don't have all such, notions. Don't cheat yourself. You have to give attention to yourself if you want to realize yourself. Bus. If you are not ready for it, forget about it. Whoever you may be, in the guise of a sannyasi or whatever you may be, if you don't give attention to yourself, then you forget about it. And attention means what? Unbroken attention and intense attention and attention 24/7. சும்மா இல்லை. மந்திரத்தாலே எங்கும் மாங்கனி வீழ்வதுண்டோ, ஒரு 15 minutes 20 minutes கண்ணை மூடி உட்காந்துட்டு இப்படி பயங்கரமாக உட்காந்து என்ன ஒன்றுமே நடக்க மாட்டேங்குது, ஒன்றும் நடக்காது. அப்போ இது பிரயோஜனம் இல்லை போல இருக்கு. அடுத்ததுக்கு போவோம். அங்கே என்ன இருக்குன்னு பார்ப்போம், இங்கே என்ன இருக்குன்னு பார்ப்போம். You can go on like that. You have to give attention to the self continuously, intensely, without any distraction. Then don't get identified with anything. Whatever may be. Not your body, not your language, not your community, caste, not your nation even, not about environment, not about, suddenly they become very, conscious. Ayyo pavam, global warming is happening, ice is melting, எல்லாம் உருகுது, உலகம் எல்லாம் மூழ்க போகுது, நாம் எல்லாம் பரலோகம் போகிறோம். Wonderful, na? Everybody together going to Paralogam and destroying Paralogam also. Imagine if all of us go to Paralogam together, what will happen to Paralogam? God will not allow that to happen. All the rascals going somewhere together, and that would be destroyed. They will dethrone Yama and they will become Yamaraja. So, I tell you, If this is something else. See, that's what I'm saying. This is not ordinary, this is something else. Giving attention to self continuously and abiding in the self is something else. See, I was living in Tiruvannamalai when I was in Mauna for some time, and after that also, in one great devotee's house I lived, in his outhouse I lived. That is the later part. That is one Dorabji here. He is a great devotee of Bhagavan. I lived in his outhouse for some time. There, in that house, Swami Natanananda lived, it seems, long time back. Swami Natanananda, a great devotee of Bhagavan, a great seeker, great sadhaka and a great enlightened soul. So that Dorabji used to tell me, Swamiji, this Natanananda Swami, if he sits here, there is a veranda. If he sits here, there is a chair also. If he sits here, morning 2-3 o'clock he sits, and 7, 8, 9 o'clock he sits just there only. And then evening, similarly in the evening he sits. And he doesn't go do anything, it seems. Sometimes he goes for bhiksha, something, he eats, and he is totally devoted. For years together he was devoted like that, it seems. See, these great devotees of Bhagavan are not ordinary people, like Muruganar Swami. All these people are not ordinary at all. Even Annamalai Swami. They were all very great devotees. They really lived Bhagavan's teaching. So they didn't have any time for anything else. That is how they could realize the self and abide in it. See, once when you gain that, then afterwards, Ulahil Vilayadu Veera. Whether you are doing something or not doing something doesn't make any difference. According to the Ishvara's will, everything will happen. But in the time period where you have to focus on the self, the sadhana period, you have to intensely focus. Otherwise, you will not get chumma அப்படியே உடண்டுட்டே போக வேண்டியதான். சும்மா வாய் கீழே பேசிட்டு போக வேண்டியதான் கடைசியில். Meaning what you talk about all these good, big things, but nothing will happen. So therefore, no compromise. மேய பல சிந்தனைகள் எல்லாம் சிதைத்து. What are all the sindhani we have to destroy? The thoughts about my community, thoughts about my nation, my language, blah blah blah. All these thought has to be destroyed once and for all. And you have to focus only. தன்னுருவின் சிந்தனையே செய்க. இந்த அறிஞன் இருக்கான் இப்போ, this scholar or this wise one, தன்னுருவின் சிந்தனையே செய்க. He has to only think about his true self. Dinam, always, every day. Very clear. Idu mandiramam, idu devadayam. இதுவே தியானம் எனலும் இதுவே தவமாகும் எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து சுவரூப சிந்தனை துணி. என்னாச்சுன்னு தெரியல எனக்கு ஒன்றுமே பிடிப்பட மாட்டேங்குது. இது மந்திரமாம், இது தேவதையாம், இதுவே தியானம் எனலும் இதுவே தவமாகும் எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து சுவரூப சிந்தை துணி. So when you give attention to the self, when you contemplate on the self, when you abide in the self, idu mandiramam, this is chanting mantra, idu devadayam, this is worshipping all the devata murtis like Shiva, Narayana, Ambal. This is the worship, really this is the worship of all the devatas. Iduve dhyanam enalum, this is the meditation. Meditation means what? On any of the gods or any of the mantras. Iduve tavamahum, this is tapasharya. What is that? Ennangal ellam tanandu. Giving up all thoughts about everything. Suvarupa sindai. When you contemplate only on yourself, when you give up all thoughts about everything, and when you contemplate only on yourself, that is tavamahum, that is tapas, and that is puja. And that is japa, that is dhyana, that is everything. So this is it. So எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து, giving up all thoughts about everything. சர்வசூன்ய பதம் அப்படி சொல்றாருல, அப்படி என்ன அர்த்தம்? Giving up all thoughts about everything. See, that is why Bhagavan says, குப்பைன்னு சொன்னா அப்படியே தொடச்சி போட்டணும், கூட்டி எரிஞ்சிடணும். If you know it is a garbage, you have to just wipe it out. You should not say in குப்பை which is good, நல்லது கெட்டது, which is good, which is bad. Everything is kuppai. I am the first kuppai. I am the garbage, first garbage. And the whole world is a garbage. All the gods are garbage. All the scriptures are garbage. Everything is garbage. I am also the garbage. Everything is garbage. So when you throw everything out, then only you are free. Then only you are truly swatantran. All these ideas about my caste, my nation, my family, everything is garbage. Ashrama, temple, teaching, preaching, everything is garbage. Everything has to be thrown out. If you have guts, do it. Otherwise, don't talk about it. Otherwise, forget about it. If you come to Atma Sakshatkar Prakaranam, this is the Upadesh. If you go to Bhagavata Kada, there is a different Upadesh. If you go to Nama Sankirtana, there is a different story. But if you come to Atma Sakshatkar Prakaranam, if you come to Bhagavan, this is the teaching. எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து, எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து. Meaning what? All the thoughts have to be given up in toto. Meaning what? Everything has to be given up. Tyagenaike amritatva manashu. Only be giving up everything, you again that immortality. Swarupa sindanai sindai tuni. So now what has to be done? Only one thing has to be done. The contemplation of the self. But I don't know what is self. Never mind. Just contemplate on the self, whatever you understand about the self. Or don't entertain any thoughts, there you are. Or become just Sakshi of everything. Or think everything is the self. Or give attention to the I, which is rising and which is falling, the ego sense. This is what has to be done. எண்ணங்கள் எல்லாம் தனந்து சுவரூப சிந்தை துணி. Now you meditate only on Paramatma. You have got no other business here. As a seeker, you have got no other business here. சுவாமி அம்மா அப்பாவை பார்த்துக்க வேண்டாமா? அம்மா அப்பாவெல்லாம் கடவுள் பார்த்துப்பார். Om Purnamadha Purnamidham Purnat Purnamudhachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.